let's talk about prayer in your business. And I don't mean the Lord bless my plan kind of prayers. I'm talking about the kind of prayer that actually brings profit, builds your virtue, and helps keep you steady as you scale. I'm Angela Nauman, your Christian business coach. And after chasing the new age to grow my business, I came home to Christ. And now I help you double your clients and your revenue with God at the center, so you never, and your success never has to cost you your soul. This morning in my prayer time, I settled into some mental prayer, and I placed myself in the Garden of Gethsemane. I'm just imagining it in my mind. And I'm going to just meditate on this idea of him kneeling and praying to the Father. But instead, what kept replaying in my mind over and over was him rebuking the disciples for falling asleep. And his words kept echoing to me, pray that you might not be tempted. And that stopped me, because in our business, that happens too. We can, the quiet temptations show up and are very dangerous. It's not always seen in big failures, but often it's more this slow thing, like this slow drift into discouragement when your revenue feels like feast or famine, or this lure of chasing a dozen new strategies because deep down you don't fully trust yourself or trust God or the process that he's already put in front of you. And you have a calling to be a steward. Let's say, like, to be a steward to the women you are meant to serve. And that weight of all that, sometimes, like, I get it, like, it makes us start second guessing everything because we want everything to go just right. We have these goals, we need it to work now, and what happens is we don't move forward in peace. And then the online game of social media, it gets so weary. We're so tired of it. We've been at it for years, and I get it. The disciples were told to pray that they would not fall into temptation, and we need that reminder just as much. Here's why. Prayer keeps us spiritually awake so that we don't get tempted to believe God's not moving fast enough, or we don't get tempted to idolize the growth and think we did it all ourselves, or that the only way to get it is to double our effort instead of doubling the trust we have in God, right? Or we're tempted to disconnect our faith from our business. I've been there, done that. There's a video on it somewhere on this channel, and it just leaves us empty. Prayer, and I'll say this, guys, prayer is not going to magically remove all the trials and just make clients flow into the business. Jesus still went to the cross, but prayer brings us the grace to sustain us and to strengthen us in the middle of it, which is so important. Prayer also strengthens the virtues that we need to grow into to be the leaders we're called to be. Virtues like fortitude, so we keep showing up when we're not seeing the results immediately. Prudence, so that we discern which strategies to use and which ones are going to be best for us. Temperance, so we don't sacrifice all of our family time and our health just for money or hustle. And friend, prayer does more than just get us through hard times. Like, I want to remind you that it keeps us grounded in the good times too, because when things feel easy again, the clients are flowing, the money's flowing, it is so easy in that moment to think we did it, that it was all us, that God had nothing to do with it. It was our cleverness that got us there. And prayer is going to recenter us on God as our provider, not just our safety net. And here's the bigger piece that I know I missed at the beginning, is that prayer is it helps us build the virtues that we need so we can be formed into the woman God can entrust with more. Right? We want to be this woman that receives these God-sized blessings, but we have to be the woman who can handle the God-sized blessings, right? Often, God's just waiting on us to be spiritually ready to have the character that can carry the weight of more clients, that can carry the weight of more income, that can carry the weight of more influence without crumbling under it, or us becoming someone who doesn't need God in the process. God is not our manifestation tool. He is not here to check off our wish lists. He's not here to help us do something that's going to pull us away from him. And I have a video on that. You can watch it right here. Friend, doubling your clients and your revenue is not about just having a bigger bank account. It is about becoming the kind of woman who can steward it well, who can serve with humility and joy, who can still put her faith and her family before anything else. So when we ground our business in prayer, we do more than just stabilize our revenue and our income. We more than just get into the right strategy. The real impact is not just the bigger bank account. It's the transformation of who you are as a woman that can steward the God-sized blessings. You might be thinking, yeah, Angela, but I've been praying. I already have a prayer life. Are we really praying for God's will in our business? Are we saying, Lord, who do you want me to serve? What do you want me to build? Or are we going, hey, here's my plans. This is what I want to do. Rubber stamp it. Because the rubber stamp is not stewardship. So ask yourself, am I asking him to shape me into being the woman to fulfill the plans he has? Or am I asking him to do what I want instead? It's a good question. So what's the way forward? I'm going to give you five things that help me. Number one, it's just prayer as a foundation, but it's not about saying words and hoping for the best. It is about letting prayer form you into the woman who can steward that booked and blessed business. And for me, that looks like praying for virtues, right? Not just victory. Praying, and instead of just asking for clients to magically show up, I started saying, Lord, grow me in whatever virtue I need today to be the leader you want me to be. Like if I'm feeling weary, I'm asking for fortitude, for strength, for courage. If I'm feeling confused, I'm asking for prudence. I'm asking for direction and discernment. If I'm feeling stretched thin, I'm asking for temperance. I'm asking for peace. I like the thought of even like keeping the virtues, a list of the virtues, faith, hope, love, fortitude, prudence, charity, justice on the desk, the big seven. And remembering those are the things that help me become the leader God wants me to be. And number two, let prayer be your discernment step, be part of your discernment strategy. If you've got 10 different things you're trying to decide, write them all on a piece of paper, take them to your holy hour, put it in your morning prayer, take it to adoration. And Lord, which of these 10 things do you want me to focus on in this time and season of my life? Which are for later, which are just not at all for me? And then listen, pray for wisdom, pray for peace, pray to hear what he's telling you. And then number three, I really just like to do this, pray as you act. Like instead of just separating prayer time from business time, let them overlap, let them flow together. So like before you post content, Lord, may the person that needs to hear this read it. Before you go on a consult call, pray for clarity, pray for peace, pray for both of you. Weave God into the daily grind of things, talking to him just as you go. What if you became a woman that was just constantly talking to God throughout the day? How beautiful would that relationship grow to be? And number four is to stay focused on God in the wins. Like this is a big one for me that I struggle with because it's real easy to turn to God in the bad times, but then in the good, God wants the good times too, friend. That's when I think we're in the most danger of turning away because I get anyway into this place where I'm thinking I did it all in mine. Look at all I accomplished. All right, spiritual breakthrough. You really need some spiritual breakthrough. It's fasting and prayer. Number 5 is fasting and prayer. Jesus did it himself. And he said even some things can only come out through prayer and fasting. And he was talking about demons in that scene in Matthew, but it still applies. When you fast and pray, when you fast, you are denying the body, you are denying the flesh so you can more fully commune with God. It is a time of humbling ourselves before him and making space for him to move, for him to be at work within us. So if your growth feels stalled, try fasting and prayer and see what opens up for you. Friend, if there's one thing I want you to remember from this video is that prayer is not a rubber stamp. It is the heartbeat of your business with God. Day by day, it forms you into being the woman who can steward more so that God can give you more to handle. Whether it is the daily prayer that steadies you or the whispered prayers as you work throughout the day, or maybe it's fasting and prayer that brings some kind of big breakthrough that you've been needing. You get to be the woman that God can trust with more. Show him you are ready for that. Now, I would love to hear from you. Comment below and tell me what kind of business is God strengthening you to be a steward for. I would love to hear it. Tell me all about it. All right, till next time, my friend, I want you to remember, you will never regret growing your business with God, only leaving him out of it.